Have you ever felt like a lamp running out of oil? You wake up in the morning, but the heavy fog in your mind just won't clear, no matter how much coffee you drink. Your joints ache, your skin feels dry like the desert sands, and that spark of energy you once had seems to have flickered out. Often we go to the doctor and they tell us it is just a part of getting older, or they offer us a synthetic pill to manage the symptoms. But what if the answer wasn't found in a laboratory, but in the very soil God blessed at the beginning of time? There is a quiet ailment affecting millions of seniors today, a sluggish thyroid caused by a hidden deficiency. Modern medicine focuses on the fix, but ancient wisdom points us toward the foundation. Today, we're going to look at how the great physician provided exactly what your body needs through the earth. I'm David, and it is a blessing to spend this time with you today. We're going to explore 13 incredible selenium bombs that are specifically designed to wake up a tired thyroid. These aren't just random foods. They are gifts from the Creator's pantry that can restore your metabolism, clear your mind, and give you back the strength to serve your family and your community. Selenium is a trace mineral that acts like a key, unlocking the hormones your body desperately needs to function. By the end of our time together, you will have a clear roadmap of what to add to your grocery list this week. We are going to stack these benefits one by one, looking at the science and the scripture behind them, so you can walk in the fullness of health that God intends for your golden years. Now, I want you to stay with me until the very end, because item number 13 is something you likely have in your kitchen right now, but you've probably never realized it's a powerhouse for your hormonal health. It's a humble herb with a history as old as the pyramids, and it might just be the most important one on this list. Before we dive into our countdown, I must share a small word of wisdom. While I have spent years studying the intersection of faith and health, I am not a medical doctor. Always speak with your healthcare provider before making big changes to your diet, especially if you are already taking thyroid medication. We want to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves when it comes to our physical well-being. Now, let us begin our journey through these 13 biblical blessings for your thyroid health. Our first selenium bomb is the mighty Brazil nut. In the book of Psalms, we are reminded that the trees of the Lord are well watered, the cedars of Lebanon that he planted. While the Brazil nut tree grows in the vast rainforests of South America rather than the Levant, it stands as a testament to God's massive provision. Most people assume that to get enough minerals, you need to eat piles of vegetables or take handfuls of supplements. The Brazil nut flips this assumption entirely because it is so potent that just 1 or 2 nuts a day can meet your entire requirement for selenium. The active mechanism here is the way the tree's deep roots pull inorganic selenium from the soil and convert it into organic selenomethionine, which our bodies can easily use. Think of the Brazil nut as a tiny, natural time-release capsule. It provides the raw material for an enzyme called glutathione peroxidase, which acts like a specialized cleaning crew for your thyroid, scrubbing away the oxidative stress that causes inflammation. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that eating just 2 Brazil nuts a day was actually more effective at raising selenium levels than taking a synthetic supplement. I remember when I first started eating these, I noticed my morning sluggishness began to lift within just 2 weeks. However, because they are so powerful, you must be careful. Eating too many can lead to selenium toxicity, so treat them like medicine. 1 or 2 a day, perhaps crumbled over your morning oatmeal, is the perfect way to honor the temple of your body without overdoing it. It is a simple, crunchy habit that can fundamentally change how your thyroid breathes and functions. Moving to our second item, we look toward the Sea of Galilee and the humble sardine. Throughout the Gospels, we see Jesus multiplying fish to feed the hungry multitudes. The sardine may be small, but it is packed with a divine proportion of nutrients. Many people avoid these little fish because of the strong taste or the bones, but that is actually where the treasure is hidden. Sardines are unique because they provide a synergistic blend of selenium, vitamin D, and omega-3 fatty acids. This combination is crucial because selenium doesn't work alone. It needs healthy fats to be absorbed and vitamin D to support the immune system's interaction with the thyroid. The selenium in sardines helps convert the inactive thyroid hormone, T4, into the active version, T3. Think of T for like a car in the driveway with the engine off, and T3 as the car actually moving you down the road. Selenium is the hand that turns the key. A study in the journal Nutrients highlighted that small oily fish are among the best sources for preventing thyroid autoimmune issues. When you eat the soft bones in sardines, you are also getting calcium and phosphorus, which support the skeletal system that the thyroid helps regulate. My advice is to try them mashed with a bit of lemon juice and olive oil on a piece of sprouted grain bread. It is a meal that would have been familiar in spirit to the apostles themselves. Just be sure to choose sardines packed in water or olive oil rather than processed seed oils, which can cause the very inflammation we are trying to soothe. By embracing this small fish, you are tapping into an ancient source of vitality that has sustained generations of faithful people. Third on our list is grass-fed beef, a modern reflection of the fatted calf mentioned in the parables of Jesus. In the ancient world, cattle were a sign of God's blessing and wealth, and they were raised on the green pastures mentioned in Psalm 23. Today, we often hear that red meat is bad for us, but when beef is raised the way God intended, on grass rather than grain, it becomes a nutritional powerhouse. Grass-fed beef is rich in selenium and also provides high-quality zinc and iron. The thyroid is a very demanding organ. It requires a specific cocktail of minerals to produce hormones. Selenium is the protector, while zinc and iron are the builders. The mechanism here involves the deiodinase enzymes, which are selenium-dependent proteins that manage your metabolic rate. Without enough selenium from sources like beef, these enzymes slow down, and your metabolism stalls like a clock with a rusty gear. An interesting study from the University of Wisconsin showed that beef from cattle raised on selenium-rich soil significantly improved the antioxidant status of those who consumed it. It's about the quality of the life the animal lived. When you choose grass-fed, you are getting a higher concentration of CLA and heart-healthy fats alongside that selenium. I usually suggest a 4-ounce serving twice a week. It provides a deep, grounding sense of strength. Just remember to cook it gently. High-heat charring can create compounds that stress the liver. A slow-cooked beef stew with root vegetables is a wonderful way to nourish your soul and your thyroid simultaneously, reflecting the patience and care that God puts into all of His creation. Fourth, we find a symbol of new life, the egg. In the Christian tradition, the egg has long represented the resurrection and the potential of life held within. From a health perspective, the egg is a perfect food, containing almost every nutrient a human needs to thrive. Many seniors were told for years to avoid eggs because of cholesterol, but we now know that eggs are vital for brain and hormonal health. The selenium in an egg is concentrated primarily in the yolk, which is why you shouldn't just eat the whites. One large egg contains about 15 micrograms of selenium, which is about a quarter of what you need for the day. The active compound here is paired with choline, which supports the liver. This is important because a large portion of your thyroid hormone conversion actually happens in the liver. If the liver is sluggish, the thyroid will struggle, no matter how much medication you take. Think of the egg as a support package for your internal organs. A study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry noted that the selenium in eggs is highly bioavailable, meaning your body can recognize and use it almost immediately. I personally enjoy 2 poached eggs every other morning. It's a soft, easily digestible protein source that doesn't weigh you down. When you crack an egg, take a moment to marvel at the design, the white protecting the golden center, just as God protects us. Always try to find pasture-raised eggs if your budget allows, as these hens have access to the bugs and grasses that naturally boost the selenium content of their eggs. Fifth on our journey are sunflower seeds. These beautiful flowers are famous for following the sun across the sky, a perfect metaphor for how we should keep our eyes fixed on the sun of righteousness. Sunflower seeds are an incredible snack for those who need a thyroid boost but prefer plant-based options. They are exceptionally high in vitamin E, which works as a partner to selenium. In the world of biology, selenium and vitamin E are like a husband and wife. They work better together than they do alone. While selenium protects the inside of the cell, vitamin E protects the outer membrane. Together, they create a shield against the free radicals that try to damage your thyroid tissue. This is especially important for those dealing with Hashimoto's or other inflammatory thyroid conditions. The analogy I like to use is a fortress. Vitamin E is the thick stone wall, and selenium is the brave guard inside. A study published in the journal Free Radical Biology and Medicine found that this duo significantly reduced the markers of oxidative stress in the body. Just a handful of sunflower seeds provides about 30% of your daily selenium. They are also rich in magnesium, which helps with the anxiety and sleep issues that often accompany thyroid problems. I keep a small jar of raw, unsalted sunflower seeds on my counter and sprinkle them on salads or yogurt. They add a lovely crunch and a sense of peace, knowing you are fortifying your body with the light of the sun captured in a seed. Sixth, we look to the hidden manna of the earth, shiitake mushrooms. In the Bible, manna was the mysterious food that appeared with the dew to sustain the Israelites in the wilderness. Mushrooms have a similar mysterious quality, growing in the shadows and turning decaying matter into life-giving medicine. Shiitake mushrooms are specifically prized in ancient traditions for their ability to support the immune system. For the thyroid, this is vital because most thyroid issues in the West are actually immune system issues. The selenium in shiitake mushrooms is combined with unique polysaccharides called lenthanins. These compounds help educate your immune system so it stops attacking your own tissues. If your thyroid is under fire from your own body, selenium acts as a peacekeeper, calming the inflammatory response. The mechanism involves the regulation of T cells, which are the generals of your immune system. A study from the University of Florida showed that eating shiitake mushrooms daily improved immunity and lowered inflammation markers. They have a rich, savory flavor that the Bible might describe as savory meat. I love to sauté them with a little garlic and thyme. They provide a meaty texture without the heaviness. One caution, always cook your mushrooms. Raw mushrooms contain a substance called agritine that can be hard on the system, but heat neutralizes it and unlocks the selenium. By adding these to your diet, you are inviting the quiet, restorative power of the earth to settle into your cells and bring a sense of divine order to your hormonal balance. Seventh, we consider the fowl of the air, specifically the chicken breast. God told us that He cares for every sparrow, and He certainly provided for us through the birds of the field. Chicken is a staple in most homes, but we often forget how medicinal it can be. A simple roasted chicken breast is one of the cleanest sources of selenium and the amino acid tyrosine. Tyrosine is the actual backbone of thyroid hormone. To make thyroid hormone, your body takes tyrosine and attaches iodine atoms to it. Selenium then comes in to make sure those atoms stay in the right place. Without enough protein and selenium, your thyroid is like a builder with no bricks and no mortar. The mechanism here is the production of thyroglobulin, a protein made by the thyroid gland. A study in the British Journal of Nutrition confirmed that adequate protein intake combined with trace minerals is essential for maintaining a healthy metabolic rate in seniors. I often think of chicken soup as Jewish penicillin, and there is truth in that old saying. The minerals leached from the meat and bones create a healing tonic for the gut and the thyroid. When you prepare your chicken, try to keep the skin on during cooking to retain moisture, but you can remove it before eating if you are watching your fats. It is a humble, versatile food that reminds us of God's daily provision. It doesn't have to be fancy to be healing. It just has to be prepared with gratitude and a focus on the nourishment it provides to your weary system. Eighth, we have the turkey, a bird that has come to symbolize abundance and thanksgiving. While we often only think of turkey in November, it is a fantastic year-round selenium bomb. Turkey is actually higher in selenium than chicken, with a 3-ounce serving providing nearly half of your daily needs. It also contains tryptophan, which helps produce serotonin, the feel-good hormone. Many people with thyroid issues struggle with depression or the blues, and turkey provides a twofold solution by supporting the thyroid's energy production and the brain's mood regulation. The selenium in turkey helps protect the thyroid from the byproducts of its own hormone production. You see, the thyroid produces hydrogen peroxide as it makes hormones. If there isn't enough selenium to neutralize that peroxide, it can actually burn the thyroid tissue from the inside out. Selenium is like the coolant in a car's radiator, preventing the engine from melting down. Research in the Journal of Endocrinology has shown that selenium deficiency is a leading cause of thyroid tissue damage. Eating turkey is a delicious way to keep your engine cool and efficient. I recommend using ground turkey for easy-to-digest meals like turkey meatballs or a light chili. It's a lean, powerful way to stay strong in your later years. As you eat, remember to give thanks, for a heart of gratitude is just as medicinal as the food itself. And turkey is the perfect reminder of the bounty God has placed before us. Ninth, we enter the green pastures with spinach. In the book of Daniel, we see the power of a plant-based diet when Daniel and his friends chose pulse and water over the king's rich, processed food. Spinach is a vibrant source of life, packed with folate, magnesium, and a surprising amount of selenium when grown in good soil. While animal products are the most concentrated sources, spinach provides the alkaline environment the thyroid needs to thrive. The active compound here is the chlorophyll, which helps detoxify the blood. When your blood is clean, your hormones can travel more easily to your cells. Think of it like clearing the debris off a highway so the delivery trucks can get through. The selenium in spinach works with the plant's natural antioxidants to reduce systemic inflammation. A study from the Harvard School of Public Health suggested that leafy green intake is strongly linked to slower cognitive decline in seniors, which is a common symptom of a sluggish thyroid. One small caution with spinach: it contains oxalates and goitrogens. If you have a very sensitive thyroid, it is best to lightly steam your spinach rather than eating it raw. Steaming reduces these compounds while keeping the selenium and minerals intact. I love to fold a handful of steamed spinach into my morning eggs or add it to a soup. It is a simple way to bring the vitality of the garden into your body, reminding us that we were originally designed to flourish in a garden. 10th, we find the tiny but mighty chia seed. These seeds were used by ancient civilizations for endurance, and they are a wonderful addition to a biblical health regimen. Though not mentioned by name in Scripture, they represent the mustard seed principle, that something very small can have a massive impact. Chia seeds are a selenium bomb because they are so dense. They also provide a massive amount of fiber, which is essential for thyroid patients. You see, when the thyroid is slow, the digestion often becomes slow, leading to constipation and a buildup of toxins. Chia seeds act like a gentle broom, sweeping the digestive tract while depositing selenium and omega-3s into the system. The mechanism here is the mucilaginous fiber, which creates a gel that slows the absorption of sugar and supports a healthy gut microbiome. Since 70% of your immune system is in your gut, and the immune system governs the thyroid, this is a critical link. A study in the Journal of Food Science and Technology highlighted chia's role in improving lipid profiles and mineral absorption. To use them, soak 2 tablespoons in water or almond milk overnight to make a pudding. This unlocks the seeds and makes the selenium more available to your body. It's a refreshing, easy-to-eat breakfast that supports your thyroid from the bottom up. It reminds me that God often uses the small, overlooked things of this world to provide the greatest strength and stability for His children. 11th on our list is barley, one of the 7 species of the promised land mentioned in Deuteronomy. Barley is an ancient grain that has sustained people for millennia. Unlike modern wheat, which has been heavily modified and can often irritate the thyroid, barley is a more ancestral grain. It is a good source of selenium and a specific type of fiber called beta-glucan. These fibers are famous for heart health, but they also help stabilize blood sugar. When your blood sugar spikes and crashes, it puts a tremendous amount of stress on your adrenal glands, which in turn steals energy from your thyroid. By eating barley, you are providing a slow, steady burn of energy that protects your hormonal balance. The selenium in barley is tucked away in the germ and bran, so it is important to choose hulled barley rather than pearled barley if you want the full nutritional benefit. Think of barley as the steady hand that keeps your metabolism from rocking back and forth. A study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that ancient grains like barley improved metabolic markers significantly more than refined grains. I love to use barley in a slow-cooked vegetable soup. It has a wonderful, chewy texture that feels very satisfying. It is a comfort food that actually heals. As you enjoy it, think of the harvest in Israel and the way God promised that if we follow His ways, we will eat the fat of the land. 12th, we look at lentils, the very pottage for which Esau sold his birthright. While Esau made a poor trade, the lentils themselves were a treasure of nutrition. Lentils are one of the best plant-based sources of selenium and are incredibly high in molybdenum and folate. For my brothers and sisters who may be eating less meat as they age, lentils are an essential selenium bomb. They are very easy on the digestive system compared to larger beans and provide a steady stream of minerals to the thyroid. The active compound here is the high concentration of polyphenol, which have strong anti-inflammatory properties. When the thyroid is inflamed, it becomes leaky, releasing too much or too little hormone. Lentils help to seal and protect the gland. The analogy here is a calm harbor. Even when the ocean of life is rough, the nutrients in lentils help keep your internal environment steady. A study from the Canadian Medical Association Journal noted that pulses like lentils significantly lower C-reactive protein, a key marker of inflammation. I recommend a warm lentil soup seasoned with cumin and turmeric. These spices work with the selenium to further reduce inflammation. It is a humble, inexpensive meal that provides a king's ransom in health benefits. It reminds us that we don't need expensive superfood powders to be healthy. We just need to return to the simple, foundational foods that have supported humanity since the beginning of time. Finally, we reach number 13, garlic. In the book of Numbers, the Israelites remembered the garlic they ate in Egypt. While they were longing for their past, they were also remembering a food that gave them the physical strength to build monuments. Garlic is often called nature's antibiotic, but it is also a secret selenium weapon. Garlic has a unique ability to bioaccumulate selenium from the soil, meaning it concentrates the mineral in its bulbs. But the real magic happens when you crush it. Crushing garlic releases allicin, which, when combined with selenium, creates a powerful antioxidant shield for the thyroid. This combination is particularly effective at detoxifying heavy metals like mercury from the body. Mercury is a mimic that can lodge itself in the thyroid, taking the place of iodine and causing the gland to malfunction. Selenium and garlic work together like a magnet, pulling those toxins out and clearing the way for healthy hormone production. A study in the journal Food and Chemical Toxicology showed that garlic significantly protected the liver and thyroid from oxidative damage. The best way to use it is to crush a clove and let it sit for 10 minutes before cooking. This allows the allicin to fully form. I add garlic to almost everything, soups, meats, and vegetables. It is the salt of the earth in flavor and a shield of faith for your physical health. It is the humble kitchen staple that brings everything else together, proving that God's most powerful medicines are often right under our noses. To recap this journey, we have seen how the Brazil nut acts as the spark, the sardine as the key, and the grass-fed beef as the anchor. We've looked at the egg as the package of life, the sunflower seed as the shield of light, and the shiitake mushroom as the hidden peacekeeper. We've found strength in the chicken and turkey, vitality in the spinach, and endurance in the chia seed. We've returned to the ancient paths with barley and lentils, and finally, we've fortified our temple with the cleansing power of garlic. Each of these 13 items is a thread in the tapestry of a biblical diet, woven together by the mineral selenium to protect and revive your thyroid. Just as Nehemiah rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem stone by stone, you can rebuild your health food by food. It is not about a quick fix or a miracle pill. It is about a rhythmic, daily commitment to the nourishment God has provided. When your thyroid is supported, your energy returns, your mind clears, and you are better equipped to do the work God has set before you in this season of your life. Healing is rarely a sudden event. It is more often a slow, beautiful process of daily nourishment. In our modern world, we are taught to want everything instantly, but God's creation moves with the seasons. Your thyroid didn't become sluggish overnight. and it may take time to wake it back up. But as you incorporate these ancient selenium bombs into your life, you are returning to a form of wisdom that has been tested by time and blessed by the Creator. Think of your body as a garden. You wouldn't just spray a chemical on a wilting flower and expect it to thrive. You would check the soil, provide water, and ensure it has the right minerals. By focusing on selenium-rich foods, you are tending to the soil of your hormonal system. Stay patient, stay prayerful, and listen to the signals your body is sending you. As you nourish yourself with these gifts, you may find that you are not just gaining physical energy, but a renewed sense of spiritual clarity and joy. The ancient wisdom has returned to your table, and with it, the promise of a life lived in abundance and health. I encourage you to pick just one or two of these items to start with this week. Perhaps you can find some Brazil nuts or try a new lentil soup recipe. I would love to hear which one of these you are going to try first, so please leave a comment below and share your journey with our community. If this message has been a blessing to you, please consider sharing it with a friend who might be feeling a bit dim in their lamp lately. And don't forget to subscribe so we can continue this walk of faith and health together. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He make His face to shine upon you and give you peace in your heart and strength in your body. Go forth today with the knowledge that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that the great Physician has provided everything you need for the journey ahead. Until